Okay, this is completely insane. It's about 8:30 p.m. on Monday, West Coast time, July 7th. So we all saw the videos from earlier today in Los Angeles in MacArthur Park. It's a very large park near downtown Los Angeles. I've been there. And it looked like a military invasion of this park and of this neighborhood. Who knows who the hell they were? Armored vehicles, horses with armor on them, all kinds of federal and local law enforcement just marching through this park. And first of all, watching these videos was horrifying. The National Guard was there. They've been commandeered by Donald Trump. And so that's U.S. military. I don't know if the Marines were there or not, but U.S. military, federal law enforcement, local law enforcement in riot gear, armored vehicles with guns on the streets of an American city where there were no protests going on, there were no riots going on, there was nothing. And it just looked like a full-scale military invasion of this part of Los Angeles. And we didn't see any confrontations because nobody was there but them. A few people in the park who were like, what the hell is this? And so now we're starting to get some reporting. Ken Klippenstein, he's a journalist. You can find him at kenklippenstein.com, has an exclusive report. This was a full-scale operation with the intended purpose of putting on a massive show of force inside an American city. A massive show of force of federal and local law enforcement against Americans on American soil. And there's a memo, there's a detailed plan that was drawn up ahead of time. Mr. Klippenstein has a copy of that. Somebody from the military leaked it to him. It was called Operation Excalibur. So I'm going to do a couple of videos on this tonight. The title of the article, and then I'll give the subtitle. This was published this evening. Exclusive. Operation Excalibur in Los Angeles was show of force. Subtitled. Leaks from military's Los Angeles deployment reveals Coca-Cola versus Pepsi rivalry. We'll get to that in a moment. Sweaty guardsmen and an abject failure. Again, a massive show of force in a park in downtown Los Angeles where nobody was. They didn't arrest anybody. They didn't detain anybody. There were no confrontations. There were no protesters. There was no violence. It was just them invading a fucking park in an American city. Go through the first couple paragraphs here. Today's Homeland Security operation at the 35-acre MacArthur Park in the Westlake neighborhood of Los Angeles was a mere, quote, show of presence, according to internal Army documents that this reporter obtained. ICE and customs agents, many dressed in military garb, assaulted the park, which the documents describe as a hotbed of historic lawlessness and the founding location of MS-13, the gang from El Salvador. That's right, El Salvador. Look, MacArthur Park's gone downhill in the last few years. It's a hangout for homeless people, and I guess I would describe them as habitual drug users. It's a beautiful area, but a hotbed of historic lawlessness? Getting back to the article, the news media is describing the operation as an ominous crackdown. That's what I thought it was. But National Guard sources tell me that it was a botched laughingstock. The military aspect of the operation, codenamed Operation Excalibur, has not been previously reported. The documents that this reporter has received reveal that the erstwhile justification for the operation was to try to shut down the distribution of fake IDs. What? There were hundreds of these guys. Hundreds of them. Dozens of armored vehicles. They were on horseback. All of them in full military riot gear. All of them with guns. And all of the shit that they attached to themselves, which my brother constantly remarks, he's like, how the fuck do these guys run with all that shit that they're carrying? It's a mystery. The mission of the 1st Squadron, 18th Cavalry, is described as protecting Department of Homeland Security, quote, security points and blocking positions, close quote, I guess that's in the National Guard, while DHS undertook their assault. The squadron was ordered not to restrict pedestrian movement and not to conduct any law enforcement activities. So it was a parade. It was a parade. It was just a parade inside of a park, not on a street. That was a parade today. Now let's get to the Coke Pepsi thing, because this is fucking hilarious. There were, in this operation, according to the documents, 9 different federal agencies, for some reason, including the IRS. The IRS was there today, taking part in this. They were given radio code names based on soda brands. That is, except for Ice, which was codenamed Inca, which is a very popular cola of the same name in the country of Peru. Ice, in charge of deportations, in these plans, was named after a soda from Peru. Inca. ATF was codenamed A&W. Customs and Border Patrol was nicknamed Canada Dry. DEA was codenamed Dr. Pepper. FBI was codenamed Coke. Something called FPS was codenamed Fanta. Something called HSI was codenamed Hank. ICE, codenamed Inca. USMS, I hope that's not the Marines, was codenamed 7-Up. The IRS was codenamed Sprite. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department was codenamed RC Cola. And the Los Angeles Police Department was codenamed Pepsi. So those were the code names of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 different local and federal agencies that participated in this parade today. It was a parade. One Army source told the reporter that it all felt like some joint military operation overseas where soldiers need to identify themselves as friendlies on congested battlefields. Wow. According to one National Guard member, we were on the objective on site for 24 minutes. Many of the phase lines were not reported because they didn't happen. They didn't show up. So we parked and then we left. Soldiers didn't get out of trucks. They stayed in the back of these 5-ton military trucks, sweating in the heat. And then they left. They parked, they sweated, and they left. What an unmitigated disaster and complete joke. They accomplished absolutely nothing. And they probably spent $20 million just today on this parade, which had more action than Donald Trump's parade on, what was it, June 14th or May? I don't even remember what the day was. Holy shitball.